about my bike. What kind of bike is it? How do I have it set up? How do I like it? How's it working out? Good morning, Internet. Welcome back to the channel. Glad you're here. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to do something a little different. We're back from Baja. We've pretty much recovered from that trip. Got a little dicey there at the end if you followed along. But today I thought I'd answer some of the questions, or at least one of them. We had someone ask, Kenneth Rohde, if you're watching, here's a shout out for you, asked about my bike. What kind of bike is it? How do I have it set up? How do I like it? How's it working out? So I thought, well, this is a good time to get into it. So let's do that. Okay, here we are. So my bike is a 2013 Honda NC700x DCT. And I gotta say, I'm quite liking it. So let's just go through a little bit of the basics. It's a 700, so it's a 670cc parallel twin. You can see here, it's laid down pretty far, which gives it really smooth operation. This bike vibrates less than anything I've ever had before. It's got a single disc in the front with the machine, but it's pretty big, and I've got to say, it really stops the bike. On the rear we got a single, as is normal, stock muffler. What else? So some of the basics of the bike, I don't know if you're familiar with the NC series, but it's got some interesting features that I guess we should cover that are slightly different. One of the big things that I really like about this is that the gas tank is not right here in the front where you would think. This is called a frunk, lovingly, front trunk. Tons of storage. Certain helmets can fit in there. You see, I usually travel with a lot of my camera gear, some water, some tools, registration, insurance, Mexican insurance, everyth's in there. So that's what I got going on in there. You might be wondering about fuel. Same thing, you turn it from there, and the fuel actually is back here in the back, as well as a helmet storage cable. You can loop that through the D-rings of your helmet and store your helmet off the side, which I've done sometimes, not with the Shoei, but other helmets. So that's kind of the basics of the bike. It is DCT, so you'll notice here, no clutch. That doesn't mean it's necessarily automatic. Here on the left, we do have paddle shifters, front and back for up and down. It has a couple of different modes, regular drive mode and sport mode on this here, as well as you can put it in fully manual and control it with the paddle shifters. So I found it's quite convenient for that. So that's the gist of the bike. Other than that, the bike is pretty well stock in its mechanical functions. So now let's get on to the modifications. I did, of course, install GV crash bars. I like GV products. You pay for it, but they always fit. They always seem to work well. GV handguards, you can see here. I have a slightly taller than stock, but I don't like really tall windscreens, but a GV windscreen, LED light upgrade. Let's move around here. I added the GV, I think it's monokey. I should have done more research. Rack system here, and the GV Dolomiti, a 30-liter Trekker Series aluminum case. I travel with a backpack that I usually put most of my clothes in that fit in there really nicely. It's a real snug fit. You can see here I have the can put stuff up here. I got the cargo netting there, and then it's 30 liters of storage, which is my little travel backpack, fits in there perfectly. So that's awesome. What else? I do have the Atlas throttle lock here, which you can see, hopefully. If I get out of the light, yeah, you can see it there. Works really good. It's simply you turn it, there's a little bushing there. When you put it on, it kind of locks it in place with friction, but it slides a little so you can turn it. There's different size pads so you can pick, and then you can cancel and everything spins back to normal. So that's nice. I do have Oxford heated grips, which does come in handy even in California, our cold mornings, or when I was down in Baja when it was raining. Those were real nice to even have on low, those with the wind guards, brush guards, really protect your hands. So that's been convenient. I have a adjustable aftermarket lever here on this side. I do use a Garmin Zumo XT. These are made specifically for motorcycles. They have adventure mode, so when you put in a destination, you can pick how adventurous you want to be. It could take you on dirt roads from point A to B. You can take the most direct mode or the least time route, or you can set, I think there's 5 levels of adventure. How adventurous do you want to be? That's been awesome, because when you travel with your phone for directions, you will have a lot of problems out in the back roads and the old highway networks, even down in Mexico, because if it gets off track, it can't recalculate and it'll lock up. And I had that a lot, which is why I switched to the GPS. I run everything for now off of an SAE connection down here. I will hardwire the Garmin in at some point. It's just I rent my bike on RiderShare sometimes, and that is something that I take off when I do that. One nice thing about the 700X and the 750s, they're the same. It's parking brake, because the bike's in neutral, it's never in gear, and when you stop it with the DCT, so the parking brake is nice. And again, I do love that you can give it inputs even if you're in a riding mode, up or down, sort of like the paddle shifters in your car. If you put it in manual transmission mode, it's taking only inputs from there, which is nice. And you can turn, it does have ABS and traction control, but you can turn all that off in the computer. So that's really nice as well. That's my general setup for traveling. Usually I put cameras, water, my jacket liner, things that I want easy access to. I have a bunch of those portable chargers that I keep in here. And then my luggage I put back here, and I'm going to get maybe like a 25 or a 15 liter wet bag to strap over onto here for traveling. So that's more or less, I think, about everything. Mechanically, it's pretty stock. I haven't had any complaints. I'll cover the DCT in a separate video. And I do run Michelin, now they call them Road 6s. I had the Road 5s, or Road Pilot 5s, for a while. I think I'll do a review on those tires too, but they've been really good. Oh, I have the radiator guard as a must in Mexico. Other than that, she's pretty stock. I really like the bike. One of the reasons I picked the bike is that I really need to sit in an upright position. I covered some of my back issues down in Mexico, and it's been really good. Okay, so that's the gist of the bike. I really like this bike, and I picked it specifically because it had the storage in the front, which I really liked. I talked a little bit about my injuries in the Baja adventure. It came up. I really need to sit in a very neutral, very upright position, very ergonomic, and this bike fits the bill. Also, vibrations really bother my rebuilt wrist, so that was a consideration. And this engine is super smooth. It gets 65 miles to the gallon, which is awesome. A 3.7 gallon tank, so the range is really pretty good for this type of bike, and I've been super happy with it, and I hope to get a lot more miles. I got about 6,000 miles on the bike in a few months, so we're racking them up pretty good, and I'll keep you posted. So again, if you like this video or this kind of content, please check out my other videos. Give this one a thumbs up, a like. If you want to see more of my adventures, please subscribe to the channel. That really helps a lot. If there's any questions you have, leave them in the comments. I'll answer. And other than that, have a great day. See ya.